from our Blues and Clues series or segment. Stay tuned for guitar tutorial on Weird Odd Blues. So we'll continue this Weird Odd Blues thing, and we shall be right back.
Play like a pro at String Sound Studios.
Good day. Again, let's let up. Hey, how's it going tonight? Mike Violette here of String Sound Studios, and today we have another exciting Weird Odd Blues. So we're going to do some Weird Odd Blues. I was just playing some of that. This one's maybe not as weird as some of the others. And we are streaming to you from Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, a bunch of different things, YouTube. YouTube is probably the best viewing experience and the best platform to watch this on. There's some more obscure things out there, but we are on all the major ones. And please sign up for our YouTube and all our social media, Instagram, Facebook, Vimeo. Check out Vimeo. I need some subscribers on there as well as YouTube. Hit that button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and this way you'll know when we're on doing this. Okay, again, Mike Violette, String Sound Studios. Goal of my live streams is to be educational, entertaining, and exploratory on a variety of topics and styles. Okay, so I guess if anyone's out there, you could just say hi. You want to ask questions, you could ask me questions as well. I like to try and answer questions. I don't know everything. I know most things. All right. Just ask questions or let me know what you would like me to do, or just tune in and say hi. All right. So we talked about 5 different concepts. Did I mention that? Well, I'll mention it now. You want 5 different concepts, a minimum. There's more, of course. You could always really pick something apart. We're going to talk about 5 different concepts to allow you to play this. Okay. Now, one of the first things I want to talk about is one, I'm in the key of A, all right, in A blues. So the other thing is we're doing a 1-4-5 progression, pretty standard blues progression, although there's different ways to play those as well. We're doing swing eighths and triplets, okay? And leaps, one of the things we do when we do Weird Odd Blues, leaps of fourths or greater, in this one at least, usually to a chord tone or half step out, then resolving to a chord tone. We have other things as well. All right, this is in the mold of, I'm not comparing myself to these guys, as I say, all right, but I like studying, I like listening to Robin Ford. I mean, Joe Diorio is really an amazing guitar player. You could get a lot of great ideas from him, out there ideas, and I try to use those ideas, and I hope you like them. To put in this, there's a lot of different things in here. So let's get going, and I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to show you some of these riffs, all right? Hope everything sounds good. We got the 2 notes in here, cab simulator and everything, and I hope I'm coming across loud and clear. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to zoom in on the first couple. We're going to take this phrase by phrase like we always do, and I'm going to start with that, and I'll zoom in and play up the neck, and you'll tell me if you don't like that. Eventually you will, all right? So here we go. Give it 5 seconds to zoom in, and here we go. The positions are kind of from 7th, and I believe to 7th. So you should, 2nd rather, to 7th. So you should be able to see everything. Let's take our first riff. Now, this is over an A7 chord, or you can use it over an A chord as well. Okay? Again, I'm talking about jumping different notes, fourths. Okay? And we're going to take a look at this first riff. So watch. I start out, we played it with the looper. I do a little grace note into the 5th. Okay, and I'll play like this. Then I go up to this A, right? Here. Oh man, is it tough to play like this sometimes. You gotta play soft. This is so you can see everything rather than looking, way down at the guitar back there and here. So you can see exactly what string I'm playing. All right, I just gotta play it softer. 3, 4. Now I go to here, a B. So if we just take a look at that, all right, or there's my A shape right there, okay? Yeah, another way to play an A7 chord, yeah. So watch again, 3, 4. Continue. All right, so I had mix of chord tones, jumps, 9s. Well, it's not too out here. I would just say some of the jumps give it that very open avant-garde sound, okay? So again, 3, 4. Now this is a little bit out. Play the F sharp, right? So again, I got this 3, 4. Now what do I do? Well, I come up to 4th position and I play the kind of this afterthought. So we have a little bit of space there. And I have this. See that? C sharp to the G. So there's my 7th. There's a strong tone on that. Let's play that again, and then I'll go down and I'll pick it like it's normally supposed to go, and you can hear it better. 3, 4. All right, let's take a listen to that again. I could play with the looper, but I'll wait on that for the first couple of phrases. So here we go. 3, 4. So if we stop and we analyze that, I don't have too many out notes. I have a blue note here, And of course you want to resolve that to the 3rd. And there's a minor sound over there's a blues. You'd stay all in that position. So that's right out of an A chord, and you see the A chord here. In this case, I'm doing like an A7, okay? Whatever shape you want to relate that to. Try to relate things to shapes of chords. Okay, the more chords you know, there's people blasting out and that's all fine. Sometimes I talk to people about guitar and they know very little about chords. Now, you're going to be much more interesting if you know, I think you will, if you know a lot of different chords. I mean, it just makes sense because you're going to see shapes come out of chords. Not that you won't be interesting if you don't. I'm kind of contradicting myself here. I think it's best to learn a decent amount of chord shapes, you know, and not just concentrate on scales. These are, I'm not a scale guy, okay? I I'm supposed to practice them and, oh, this mode fits over that and this. I like ideas. I like writing my ideas out, memorizing them. They become a musical vocabulary, okay? So that's what we're talking about here, okay? You listening to me? All right, good. I'm hiding back here. Hiding, see? All right, next thing. So now this next riff, so we talked about the use of some swing rhythms and leaps of fourths or greater. And that's going to continue on through this, resolving to a half step, to a chord tone or a half step out, then resolving, all right? So if you remember, I played the F sharp. You know, that tritone, it's like a D7 chord almost, but then I go here. Now this, I like stuff like this. This is a neat riff. I am going to play a G major 7 sound, and I make it work over an A7, right? So here's your G major 7 sound. If you want to talk about, yeah, maybe it's a Lydian sound or whatever. Right? This is my G major 7 sound, and I'm going to make that work over this. I'm going to start on the 7th degree. So let's check this riff out. Right? Comes in on the and of 3 of the 3rd bar of the A7 chord. And I'll go back and put this on with the looper. It's a good idea to isolate these and then connect them, and then of course other things will come out of those. I want you to experiment with it, your own things too. All right, so I start out in second position here. 1, 2, 3. There's my D7 chord at that point. All right, and I come on that E on that D7. So that's going to be my D7 chord right when I get to that point. Let's take a listen to that again. 1, 2, 3. Again, tricky to play here. Now let's analyze a little bit. Have my G, right? Because you don't have to play this the exact rhythmic sequence that I am. So let's slow it down even more, and you can learn it like this. G, B, go to my C sharp. Then I jump to an F sharp and a G. There's my A7 sound, right? My G major 7 sound. I'm thinking G major. All right. 9. So again, watch. F sharp, there's a jump. B, then I have this. C sharp, F sharp. Now it's a little funky, but then I get to here. Oh, this is very G major here. But it works. It works. Your ear will be the final judge. At least I think it sounds good. It's definitely a little bit avant-garde or way avant-garde, but it does work. And remember, it's about the tempo too you're playing things at. Okay, folks? You got to watch tempo. If you're playing something really slow, very slow. Hi, Michael. Oh, hey, Kelly. What's going on? Thank you. Okay. Anyone else on? It's always Kelly. This is always Kelly. There's people on, but they don't always say hi. All right. Who else is on? Come on, someone say hi. Say, Mike, what are you doing? You sound crazy. All right. So here we go. Watch this riff here again. There's my D7 chord. All right. So think a G major arpeggio with a C sharp in there, G major 7 arpeggio, with it mixed with a C sharp. That's why I mentioned maybe a Lydian mode, if you know what that is. Okay. Now this stuff is advanced. This isn't beginning stuff. Obviously, it's not for if you want to learn a tune like the Joker or some Beatles tune or anything like that. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying this is a little more advanced concepts. All right. It's not a few chords here, and it's not just a simple scale. Which, look, there's all kinds of people out there. I do all kinds of live streams here. all kinds of styles, everything, okay? So that's me. I love cross-genre stuff. All right, here we go. One more time, then I'll play that, and I'll play it with the looper. 3, go. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to play it from the beginning with the looper. D7, D9. So we'll take a look at that again. All right. One more time with the looper so you can hear what that sounds like. Then you could practice this whole 2 phrases. We have 2 phrases here. One on the A, all right, and then one, well, they're all on the A actually, but the first phrase goes over a span of 3 bars. The next one over about a bar and a half. All right. So I am creating space here. I'm not crazy busy right now. One of my criticisms of me. Too many notes. Ready? 2. Yeah, let's hope everything sounds good. My amp's acting up a little funky here. I'm gonna have to get that taken a look at. It sounds like it's cutting out a bit. Here and there. I don't know why it does that. So don't turn the live stream off. Don't tell me I have to redo this one again. No. All right, let's continue. So I'm on my D7 chord, okay? And on my D7 chord, we're zoomed in here good enough, right? I start, as I mentioned, I come in, let me pick down, I come in on this E here. So that's my riff there. There's the amp again. Maybe it'll settle down. But anyway, we have this here. Okay? So once again on the D7 chord. 3, 4. Then I go into these double stop things. So let's take a listen to that. My D7 chord is 2 bars of D7, 1 bar of A7, and then of course it goes to the 5 chord. 2 bars of D7, 2 bars of A7, then back to the E chord. Let's take a look at this D. Then we're going to do the double stops. Okay, so we have this on the D7 chord. So I end up on this E right here. Now we go into these double stops. Watch this. I play this way here. So we take a look. This is all over D7. All right? Again, I have this pretty much right out of the D7 chord. This. I play this A flat here. Back to the A, and there's kind of a little bit, I wouldn't say a very long value note before I go into the double stops, but I have this. Yes, from our control studio. Yeah, I do have an issue here. I think it's the amp. It's like powering down. I changed tubes a while. It's powering down. I better get this amp looked at. It does it, and then it doesn't do it. So, but I don't want that. Didn't do a last live stream. It's been acting up. Too much much power in the studio, something. But I think it has something to do with an amp. Could be a tube acting funky. But let's just keep going with the live stream. All right, hope you can hear it. All right. Come on, amp. I'm going to have to go over there and kick it. All right, so that's my D7. Now watch. These double stops are over D7. I have this. I do this here, okay? That's kind of like a G7 chord if you want to take a look at it. But I slide to this part. Here's my, okay? It's like an A chord over D7 here, but here, there's my D7, right? So that sounds fine in context. There's D7. That comes in on the end of 4. So watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first riff. I'm going to do more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing. Without the pickup. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now watch. At that point, okay, I'm on when I do this, I'm on an A7 chord. I'm just playing this double stop all the way to there. So a little bit chromatic on that. F sharp, C, blues. Then I get back to this. There's my A7 chord. Now, we'll go back and play that all the way up to there with the looper again so you can hear that. My amp is holding up. I haven't heard it cut out in a few minutes, thank God. All right. Come on. And that's where we're up to now. So hopefully you got grasped the double stops. We're up to double stops. So 1, let's review here quickly. All right, we did a lot of leaps of 4ths or greater, usually to a chord tone or a half step out, then resolving to a chord tone. And then I worked a major 7 sound over a dominant chord, which the G major 7 sound being more specific, G major 7 over an A7 chord. Hope you like that. And then we got into some double stops here. All right. Notice I like playing lower on the neck. I do play high on the neck, but I try to concentrate on here a lot on soloing. Not that I can't play up here, it's any harder. I get a lot of ideas here and I hear things here more. Okay. And that's just the way it is. That's me. All right. Let's continue now. The next thing we're going to talk about are connecting chromatic tones. All right? So I'm connecting things by uses of chromaticism. And what I'm going to do is show you that riff now. So we're starting out in 4th position, right, on a C sharp. So remember, I'm on an A7 chord. This is a strong tone, right? Another jump to this, an F sharp, but I go right to that. So there's my 7th. I continue on up. So right here I have, this is what I heard. I'm not doing this as, I have no ideas here. This is just what I like. I say this all the time. Some people are, hey, look, I use chromatics. Well, there's nothing wrong with chromatics. I wish more people would use them instead of, a pentatonic scale over everything. So what we're doing here is I'm connecting this to this A chord I'm seeing here, and I'm also seeing a riff, a blues riff as well. And then I keep going, and my target, remember, I'm targeting tones too, people. My target tone is this. The amp's going out a little bit again. Yeah. I don't think it's a chord. Funny. Get that checked out. Hear that? All right, enough of that. So let's continue on with this and get through this. I might have to end up doing this again, but due to technical difficulties, the live stream has been canceled. All right, so here we go. Ready? Here's my C sharp. We're going to play my C sharp. And I want to get up to that E. All right? So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's that point right there, my E comes in, and that's a very strong tone. That's a third over my target tone, a third over that E7 chord. So let's take a look at that riff. We'll do it from here. Ready? 3, 4. Move to 5th. There. Back to that. Okay? There's an A chord. You might want to play, see that? Stock blues riff, but I'm not using it that way. All right? So I have this. 3, 4. So my E7, a blue note there to my third. So let's go, put the looper on, and play that all the way up to there. Funny. Who knows, maybe something in my house. The power. All the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a look at what I'm going to do over E7. So now I get a little bit spacey, not busy. And as you know, there's my E7 chord. Okay? So I have this 1, 2, 3, 4. I played 8th note here on the E7 chord, right? 1 and 3. Again, that's all over E7. Not doing much, playing a few notes. G, G sharp, and C sharp, basically. But it sounds good. You don't have to play a lot of notes to sound good. Ready? 1, again on the E7 chord. So here's my E7. 4, here. Okay? That shape, that shape. Now, E7 if you want. E7 sharp 9. It's really that 9 sound here. What I said. What I'm doing, sometimes I'm going right, and it happens to be the blue note, sharp 9 chord, right? And I'm going to, I'm hearing that sound. All right, let's take a listen. Again on that E7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. I did all this da da, ba da da, da da, da 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 on the E7 chord. That leads me back, part of the progression, right? To my D7 chord. All right. So what we're doing here is we're going to continue on with the a riff here off the D7 chord. Now this ending part is probably the strangest I do. All right, right away I play a B, which is out, to a B flat. These notes over a D7. All right, works. Definitely out there. B, B flat, back to the B. Then, in tone. So I have like 3 out tones right away. But remember, the tempo's not blazing fast. But it's not like you're playing over a D7 chord, you're playing a ballad, and you're going to go. I mean, some of that might sound good. Sound a little out there, right? Well, let's take a look at how we do that. So I come from my E7 chord, and my first note played is a B. Then I go here to the B flat, come back to the B, and I slide up. My goal is to get to 7th position. There's my D. There's my C. Amp again. So I have this. Here comes my A7 chord. Now I jump up to 8th. Here's over A7. All right, go to 8th position. I capo that. Back a half stick. And then. All right. So let's take a look at that whole D7. It's D7, 1 bar, A7, and then it's kind of a split bar or beat on 1, 8, and then to the E, the 5 chord. Okay? So we're going to do it from here. 3, 4. And there you have it. So I'm going to play this whole thing again. My amp's cutting out. Sorry about this. This stuff happens sometimes. I'll probably end up doing this over again. And I hope I can get back on here because I really need this amp. It would be best to use this amp. Let's go borrow someone's amp. Now, to do the live stream. All right, well, let's take a look at everything. Okay, I'll back out a little bit so you can see me better. Hopefully things aren't cutting out. Yeah. Drop my pick too. All right, so here we go. Ready? And there you have it. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably going to do this again because if my amp's cutting out and I'm hearing it, and you guys are hearing it, I want to do a better job, throw my concentration off a little bit. If it's not the amp, it's something else in the house. It's kind of weird that it's like it's powering down and on and off. I don't have too much on right now. Maybe I have to change my electrical service. All right. So, process of eliminating things here and diagnostics with the audio. But other than that, I know the audio sounds really well and the video sounds good. So I'll check out the amp more and unplug everything and turn it on and see if I'm still getting the same thing. And here we go. So let me back out here. And hope you enjoyed that. Minus the crazy amp sounds cutting out. All right, so remember to do your homework. Call to action. Join me next time for another live stream. I hope I can do this next week, but I could use a different amp. I just like using this amp because I have a lot of things into it. For example, the 2 notes cab simulator or cabinet simulator, which I could get all kinds of different sounds. I don't think it's that's making the amp power down. And I get all kinds of nice different sounds and things of that nature. Maybe the amp just needs more of a tune-up. I don't know. I changed tubes, supposedly really good tubes too. And I'll have a tech take a look at it for you. And listen to Joe Diorio. Listen to some Robin Ford. Listen to Pat Metheny. Right? Get in. They play a little more out there. Of course, Robin plays a lot of different stuff, but he's known as a blues player. Robin Ford, that is, great player. Listen to him. Joe Diorio is just an all-around jazz player, blues, whatever. Great player. You want really out there stuff, listen to Joe. And, of course, Pat Metheny kind of goes in and out. He can play. Plays a lot of notes, Pat. Great player, though. Listen to all those guys. All right. So make sure you and check out Play Like a Pro video courses. All right. Play Like a Pro video courses. We have the Pure Beginning Guitar course. We have Beginning Blues Guitar course, Midway Blues Guitar course. So those are more beginner and intermediate type. And of course, I have a ukulele one you want to check out. Send us feedback at stringsoundstudios.com and let me know what you would like me to do or hear. And please subscribe. Subscribe to our social media. Well, and if you like, plug a dope. Give me buy me some pics at stringsoundstudios.com on our website there on the live stream section. We could keep this going here. So buy me some pics. And remember to do this, and I shall see you another time.
At String Sound Studio.